So my name is Carolyn Jabulile White. I'm one of Charleston's Gullah storyteller. I do a lot of Gullah storytelling because I would love for the children to know more about their heritage, about the language, to be proud of it like I am. Very proud of my culture, my language, my ancestors, period. Because if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be standing where I am today. And so it's really important to me that we remember that, remember the culture, remember some of the things that I do, going way back. And I like to tell the children about different things. Like they didn't even know, like how we cook good old okra soup and lima beans and pigtail and pig feet. A lot of people don't even know about the pig feet thing. I said, what? I said, that was good. But you see, we had those things and Maddo cooked them things because those are the things most of them throw away on the plantation. When it was butchering time, those things they didn't want. The old people, ancestors, the slaves, as you would call them, would preserve and take those things to cook with, the bone. And now guess what? That's what everybody want to know now, how we cook with damn bone and make things so good, like the neck bone. Now they tell you now don't eat too much because you cholesterol and all them things like that. But back then we ain't getting up with no cholesterol. It was good eating, you see, good eating. Man, I tell you. So now most of the white folks now they want to learn, how we make our stuff so good, and you tell them and they buy the neck bones a little bit too. But now they advise you say about the turkey, But we only used to have a turkey on like Thanksgiving time. They ain't never used to eat that all the time, The bones was what we had. And so we grew up like that. So it's nice for the children to know. Because all they know now is put things in the microwave, put them in and take them out, bang, Then they wonder why they got so much thing wrong with their body, They're eating that fast thing. But we put them on the stove and let them cook sometime for an hour or two. Let them bake for an hour or two, and it's real good. Talking about the food, I know you visit the Gullah cuisine and they tell you some about that. And we used to bake macaroni. You stir no macaroni in no dish and call that mac and cheese. That's what they call them now. But we did baked macaroni, in the oven. Yeah, baked, like a pie almost. Very good. Well, of course, everybody know the chicken, like the fried chicken. But back in the days when I was a little girl, Madam would catch a chicken and wring them by neck, because we had what you call the yard chicken. Yard in Gullah means the yard. We had yard chicken. Madam would catch that chicken and wring his neck, and before you know, we had chicken and dumpling for supper. You talk about good, real good. But a lot of those things now have, I say, passed on because the children got so many modern things now. But knowing about my culture and keep rehearsing about it is real good for me, preserve it. I used to go to Avery, very prestigious school in downtown Charleston. I guess my mom, worked hard and tried to send me downtown to school. And the teachers would always kind of want to correct me, say my English wasn't right, So I said, okay. But as the years went by, a lot of people was coming to Charleston to find out more about the history of our ancestors. And so they called me up. Said, Miss White, I was out there, grown. We would like you to come down to Avery to do some storytelling, because we have some people from all over the world coming. I said, oh, do say, Hannah want me for come down here now for talk Gullah for the people, and then when I bring here, you tell me, say, don't talk them. But I said, okay, I'll come. So my girlfriend then would say, you mean you going to speak Gullah for those white folks? I said, I sure is. I go in for talking to them, because when I done talk them, I got my check. So I going down there talk. So word of mouth, hear about the Gullah storytelling and went around. I started doing Christmas festival downtown Charleston and went to something else, and now I done travel been all the way to Bismarck, North Dakota. And ain't nothing but some white folks up there. When they saw me, they thought I was a Martian coming from space someplace. but went up there and learned about the Mandan Indians and culture. It was a diversity program. Alan sent me on that trip. So I like to tell people I've been to Bismarck. So got to see and learn about the Indians too there. And in our culture, back in the country, my dad and them, before they come to this spot, they was on what you call Henson Plantation, not too very far from here, because every island had a couple of small plantation on it. So my dad and grandfather and them stayed on what you call Henson Plantation. But my dad was a self-taught brick mason. He went to the city of Charleston and learned how to build. And then when he heard that this little piece of property, I guess, was on sale, Dad bought it and come back home and built his own place, built this corner himself and the house. So we raised up here, as young children. But down in the plantation now, they used to call the yard, like you say yard, and Gullah, that's the yard. Now, 100 children go play in the yard. 100 children, that means more than one children. More than one child. 100 children in Gullah, more than one. Go in the yard for play. And then you go out in the yard, and we was right down by the river. We used to run at the fiddler. See the little fiddler look like crab? We used to try to catch him. But before you could catch the fiddler, they all gone back down in the hole. So I remember all those things, and the big bull. Be around yard, they had some cow and the bull. Boy, when we see that bull, the little children going around there, we take off and run back home. Yeah, it was amazing how things, was then. So I haven't forgotten those things, and I cherish it. I like to tell people about it. And so far as speaking of Gullah, it doesn't embarrass me not one bit. Because when we get together, my age group, we sit down and talk to one another, and you wouldn't understand a thing we talking about. And thinking about that, the ancestors used to talk about the Bakra. I bet you don't know who the Bakra is. Lord, the Bakra is the plantation owner. That's the word. Bakra means plantation owner. But see, when Mariam been in the field and talking about the Bakra, he didn't know that it was talking about him. Bakra. So any book you pick up, mostly in Gullah, you'll see that word Bakra in there. So I explained that, because Bakra was the owner of the place, you see. And Mariam would be in the field, and you ain't know say Bakra do so and so. Man, Bakra but too mean. But if he was by the gate, he ain't know who he talking about him. Yeah. So remember that Bakra in Gullah means the white plantation owner. And Sham over there. Man say, gal, you ain't Sham over there? You ain't Sham there? Sham there means to see. See it over there. Sham there. Sham there means not just to see, it's an object, something you see. The word Sham. And what another yam there, see him there, yam him there, yam there, him there. And the old people talk. The Guayan, gal go for Guayan now, going now. That means I'm leaving. I'm going now, yeah. And Hannah know what day clean mean? I bet you Hannah young fellas don't know what day clean is. Somebody said, what that clean the day or clean or what? No, that's the break of dawn. Yeah, break of dawn means day clean. So yeah, Pastor said, come on now, get ready, go into the field because they almost day clean. Yeah, so Mass said, get up in the morning, gotta fix me grits because it's almost day clean. Come on, gal, now. We got to go in the field now because he almost day clean. Oh, come on, boy, now. Get ready now because he almost day clean. And we make love. When I go to entertain the people, I sing the song Day Clean. And I have them to back it up, say, Day Clean. So then when I'm finished, I say, now when is day clean? Then some will guess, oh, that's in the morning. But that's the Gullah word for early in the morning, day clean. Shamday, day clean. So coming up on these islands was, as children, was all right. Because you learn a lot. You learn how to be self-sufficient. Because the old people used to plant their own garden, and they never thought about going to buy and Piggly Wiggly to buy no potato. We call them ice potato. You know what ice potato is? That's a white potato. An Irish potato. Ice potato. Come on now, we got to go in the field to pick up the ice potato. Yes, Lord. So enough of things Hannah learn. So I hope this course go good for you, and since you're doing a very interesting thing, because everybody should be proud of a history, of their culture. Everybody else, want it to be known, so why not us? So I say, well, as long as I live, I'm going to talk about it and tell it. And that's why I'm in the process now of this very corner to make a Gullah Cultural Center and a small maybe deli, a little cafe, that when the visitors come, they could see, what was going on. I can tell them the story, have a place to tell them. I don't have to go out no more. I let them come to me, and tell the story, and I think it's going to be real good. And that way I'm preserving my father's and mom's place, and God will help me to do the very best I can and invite others to come too. School children, college children. I've helped many young people doing their thesis. They want to know about the Gullah, so they come to Ms. White, would you help me and tell me? I said, okay, we'll do it, and if this help you, sure enough, they'll learn a little bit more about it. But the clothing that we wore, a lot of people could tell when you was from the country, because your things was colorful. Madam used to make clothes out of rice sack and grit sack, color, don't throw away nothing. You make that. So now every time I performed, I do an African attire because of my ancestors. Yeah, very well done. Many years ago now, I kind of adopted a young lady. She was from Nigeria, and helped her to go to school. And so a lot of my costumes and things that I wear, she has made them for me. And so I really learned a lot. Yeah. You wanted me to tell you about this? Oh, let me tell you about, I hear say Hannah got Gullah Bible. I want to read one for you. I want to tell Hannah the one about Jesus charged the wind and the water for stand still. And it's a scripture from the Bible, Luke 8:22 here in the Gullah Bible. And it goes something like this. One day Jesus tell his disciple them, say, get inside the boat and let we go across to the other side of the lake. So them get inside the boat and them start for cast off. Whilst them been a sail, say Jesus dropped fast asleep in the bow of the boat. Just then a big wind come up over that lake, so he almost make the boat sink, and them been in a fix. Them disciples them got so scared, they said we better wake Jesus up before we drown out here. So them holler out, Master, Master, we all go get drowned, wake up, wake up. This then Jesus wake up. He stand in the bow of the boat, he hold him hand up so him buke the wind, and the wind stopped blow. He looked down in the water, and all the water going down. He tell him for stand still. That big wind stopped blow just then, and the swelling water gone down. Everything calm right down. Well, them disciples them say, I wonder who this man here is. How come, who he is? Jesus asked them, say, how come Hannah ain't got ain't got no faith in me? Them been astonished and them been scared. Them ask one another, say, who this man here? Who this man here? Either charge even the wind and the water. Say, he tell him what to do, and he do him. Amen, amen. So that man must be Jesus that we talk about, And I always tell the young people, some trouble gonna come up in life, and the old people used to say that's water. When you dream about the water, trouble come up in your life. When the wind blow, dream about wind blowing, you be kind of, ain't know which way for turn to go. Because our ancestors could interpret dream now. You go with them with the dream and say, if you dream about, you see any fish? When you ask the girls, you see any fish? And if they say, yeah, the old people say, oh, gal, say, you pregnant. When you dream about the fish. Yeah. When you're a little girl, you're a legal. That was the word. And when you grow up now, you're a woman. You're a woman, big woman now. Woman. Done coming to womanhood. So many of them would teach you those things, and it's just very interesting what we learn, what we hear, and what we do. And it pays respect, like I told you, every June 2nd Saturday in June we go to pay homage, especially those ancestors that didn't make it. And we do a remembrance service. We talk about them. Then we gather fruits and flowers. We put it in a big baby blanket, and we put it overboard to remember them. that didn't make it through the middle pastures was dead when they arrived and got here, because many perish, many perish. That was a long ride, cramp up in a little boat like sardine, man, I tell you. But anyway, went to Ghana and I saw some of those, the sites over there. You want to know now why Charleston became so famous? I just asked people, why you think they went and captured those ancestors and bring them here? Well, they give me all kind of answers. But I said, listen now, let me tell you. They bring them here because their ancestors would know how to plant rice. They know how to plant rice and grow rice. And that's when the Dutch and the Europeans or whatever got rich. Got rich. They call them Carolina gold. That was the name of the rice, Carolina gold. Charleston built up off of rice money. The sweat of the ancestors back. Okay? Growing the board and growing the rice. When I went to Ghana, I saw some people in the field. So I wasn't sure, and I asked, what those people planting over there? And so our driver that took us around said, oh, they planting rice. So I said, wow, what a coincidence. We went to see the young fellas make the kente cloth. Only the boys, only the young men do that, make and peddle and make the kente cloth. We saw the king village, and I mean, he was dripped down in gold, decorated. I said, wow, But great experience for me, and I'm so glad that God kept me this long to experience some of those things. Been quite a few places to tell the story about my beloved ancestor, about my mom and my dad, who labored and worked hard to accumulate this corner. This corner where I'm standing, they left it for me so that now I'm planning to do something with it, so that my grandchildren can say what their grandmama left for them. Yeah, and so that's what we need to do too. We need to cherish the things that our ancestors had and left. And by the grace of God, as long as I dare, I go try to do just that.